They just don't want to talk. They just want to sing.
Yeah, they just want to sing. That's it. It's always like, I was just leaving. There's no podcast today, Come true.
Randy versus Monica.
Okay.
Have you seen that going around?
No.
It's been going on for years since they were teenagers.
They've had a feud, and then after like 7 or 8 years, they came on stage, and apparently it was very, very awkward. It was just so shady.
Oh, so it's real?
Yeah.
Wait, I never heard of this, man. This is new.
Yeah, it's on Instagram and on Twitter, and everyone's just making parodies of it.
Oh,
you know, just laughing at it.
Right, good for you. Anyway, welcome to Family Fair Podcast. You know, we're, well, Mideyah, Pudding, Travesty, and Alstallio are always on the 1-2s. No, we're not. And today we've got a special guest, my wife.
Woohoo!
Ooh, so you have to be nice today.
If I get cussed out. No, I'm still going to cuss her out online. It doesn't change. She just has
He
to
never
hear
changes.
It first hand.
Wait there. This is not a Will Smith, Jada Pinkett moment, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
she's in an entanglement and I don't know about it. You got something to say, Julia? You're in an entanglement.
Well, let's talk about it.
Oh,
What
God.
entanglements do you have, Wayne?
It's going to be an interesting one.
It will be.
Laughing.
That's why I think the first topic's going to be a real good one today. Then
Oh man, what is it? Oh no! All right, let's jump in.
you started it, Alstallio. You put it in.
What did I say? Oh, I know which one.
The reason why black mothers are to blame for the reason black men go to white women. We love it. Come on, Julia.
Say it again. What is the topic?
Conversation.
Well, actually, I should have. Okay,
This
Julie.
is awkward.
It isn't awkward.
Frosty.
It's not awkward.
No. Okay. Basically, everyone knows me. I'm married to a German lady. I think everyone knows who listens to the podcast anyway. Because I'm married to a German lady who's of European descent. So, you know, I'm obviously an African American male.
African American.
We are.
African American.
No, black British
black
behind.
The thing is, if you go around saying I'm black British, no one knows what that is, and you have to say you're African American. Oh yeah, okay,
Hey.
black.
There's a box to tick now, so we'll have you know.
Yeah, but no one
Times
knows.
have changed.
Look, think about it. Everyone outside of Britain doesn't know what a black British person is.
Well,
Then
they need
say
to
black
know.
other. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the
Hey,
other
Pudding,
one?
we know your other.
Other, you could be
Alien.
from Barbados, Montserrat. You know, you can even be Jamaican, African, all them places, isn't it? They're not going to put specifics, just put black other. Because I'm black, but there's the other part of me, innit?
Anyway, so yeah, basically, hello, Erica. I think she can hear me.
Hello, Erica. Come on. Get
Hello.
in.
Hi, Erica.
Oh, hello. What was that? Sorry? Can you hear me properly? I'm on headphones.
Yeah,
We can hear
mic's a
you.
little bit
Technology.
muffled. If you can
Oh,
get
look at
close
this
to the mic.
packed podcast.
It's a packed podcast.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Get away.
Yeah. Anyway, what was saying? Why do what is it? Black mothers are the reason. Look, I would say.
Okay, wait a second. Stop. I didn't get the full topic. So what?
Black mothers are the reason black men date white women. I wouldn't say, let me start off as a male. I wouldn't say my mum is the reason why I date white women. Definitely not. I would say my experience with black women is probably one of the reasons. Then again, I would date a black woman. That's the thing. You know, it's not like I'm against black women, but I wouldn't say it's got nothing to do with my mother. It's more down to my
Friends, on it, yeah.
It's my early experiences with black girls back in the day when I was young, and they were more, I don't know, more interested in the thug type kind of guy, and I was never that type. So I never really had a chance with my own black women or black girls. My own. That sounds a bit stupid, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't think it's nothing to do with my mum though. I don't know why anyone would actually say this. You know.
Did you actually listen to what he said on YouTube?
It wasn't actually what he said. It was a post. He just wrote a post, and it wasn't.
Okay.
So I would actually like to find something. I actually tried to look and see what he actually said. If he actually said that from his mouth, He just shared a post that actually had this quote on there, so I'm not actually sure if he actually said it or he was just sharing it. I don't know.
Who's he?
This is Umar Johnson. He's a Pan-African pro-black leader, if you will, of the black movement. Yeah. So.
Well, we all know the reason why most black men will date outside of their race is because they were grown up with a lot of peer pressure. They were made to feel a bit inadequate dating their own. And I'm not saying all, I'm saying in a lot of cases. Mm-hmm. And that is the reason why they felt it was better and easier to date outside their race. And to be honest, speaking as a black woman, and I know a lot of people are going to jump on me for this, we are a difficult, how would I put it? We are quite difficult because we can be quite harsh in the way we deal with our own man, our own black man. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would like to hear like Pudding's take on it and also Erica's take on it. Do you feel that you are more relaxed and you can be more yourself dealing with a white male rather than a black man? I just want to hear your opinion on it because I can't talk on that. I can only talk on the behalf of a black woman dating a black man. I do feel that a lot of black women are quite harsh. The reasons behind it, some of them justified and some are not. But I do think we can be quite harsh, and I've watched over the generations, and some of us black women are just not learning. We're not trying to be more. What's the word I'd use? Like an African woman, for instance, she's more submissive. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but it does help
down to earth, and it more.
Yes, more down to earth. They're more. They come across a bit more gentle than say a Jamaican black woman or even some black British women. I'm sorry you texted defense, but I'm talking from what I've seen, so I can talk. They can be quite hyped and quite out there and quite off-putting. And I mean, that's just what I've seen. So I'd like to hear the other opinions, if I may.
Hello?
Yes, go on.
Yeah. I do hear what you're saying, but for me, from my personal experience, I find that my culture's more celebrated by being with a Caucasian man. And that sounds sad to say. You know, like if I was to have my hair afro one day and then have braids the next day and then wear a wig the next day, you'd never hear him beat me down about it or make a hoo-ha about it. He'd always celebrate me no matter what shape or form. You know what I mean? No, that's just giving an example.
See, there you go.
See, there you go.
Alstallio.
No, that's not.
You hear it here.
Time out, please. Time out. Let Pudding finish saying what she's saying, please.
You know, so he just celebrates me and what I stand for. You know what I mean? Whereas with my past experiences with black guys, like, what are you doing that for, man? And blah 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 blah. What's that about? Or
maybe we're trying to keep it pure. You know, maybe that's the difference. Because look, let's say our European.
Why do I need to change myself?
Look at our Caucasian.
That's what I'm taking as what you're saying to me. That I need to keep it pure when I'm pure.
Okay, our Caucasian counterparts tend to be quite despite the fact they put on a lot of makeup. They tend to be quite themselves. Whereas when you're dating a black female, it's like, okay, who's she trying to be exactly? Because she's not being herself. And I'm not talking for an African, someone's coming straight out of Africa or like Brazil, but like especially European ones or the American ones, they're like, okay, you're no longer African or trying to be black, you're trying to be white.
No, I disagree, Alstallio.
You disagree?
No, I disagree.
No,
all right. Yeah. Hello?
Where you gone?
Get
back in.
I'm still here.
Oh, good. Go on.
I just disagree.
Oh, you just disagree? That's it. No argument, no defense, nothing. Just
that was it.
Now counter argument.
No, I don't think black women are harsh as. It's not that we're harsh. It's just that we are raised different in different cultures. So our culture, we come from a background where you are treated harshly. You know what I mean? You are taught to respect your elders and do certain things. And I think that sometimes is misunderstood as being a bit harsh. Do you know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying there. Sorry.
You know what I mean? It's not that we're harsh, because if we were that harsh, then why would Europeans go out with us? You can't say, "Oh, I'm not going to go out with that colour because they're too harsh."
Because you don't have to be harsh with we don't have to be harsh with the European.
No, but that could just be the individual. At the end of the day, not everybody's harsh. Not every black person you come across is harsh. We've all got friends, and not everybody's the same, are they? You've got some timid friends and some really timid black people who you think to yourself, bloody hell, you practically could be white. You say that to them. So it's just the individual.
Exactly. I did say that, Travesty. I did say a lot of black women. We are very hyped. We are very condescending. I'm sorry, but I've seen this over the years, and I'm not going to stick up. With me, I'll call a spade a spade. I've seen it. One thing about black women, we do tend to be not as united as we should be. They're busy bitching one another. This is a female thing anyway, but we are very, very, very horrible to one another. So when we're with our male, we're just as bad. Because I'll give you an example. One of my granddaughters was in town just recently. She had her hair afroed out, and I'm not kidding you. A bunch of black girls, you know what I'm saying, black girls, were pointing and sniggering at her because her hair was afroed out. It wasn't in a weave, straightened and long and whatnot. And her father had to sort of give them the evils as to say, why are you sort of looking at my daughter with that sort of attitude? No, I'm sorry, I've seen this over the generations. Black women still have a lot to learn. I'm not saying we're not progressing, but we do have a lot to learn. We need to love ourselves, and then we can love our black man.
That could
Until
be just
that happens, it's not going to happen. I'm talking about
you know what, Mideyah? You saying that's what I found with the black males.
Well,
of my time. That's how they've been with me. If I've tried to have my hair out in an afro or just an afro bun, they've always been sniggering and getting those of who they're hanging around with to say something to me, or, you know, joining on them just being horrible towards me. And that's what I found. Whereas you don't really find that.
Where does it come from? What is that about? What's the
exactly?
We don't get it yet.
It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, and that's why I think we do cause black men to sort of be put off us a bit, because we can be we are quite harsh. We don't accept the things that necessarily a European might accept. Whereas I think it's time we should accept some of those things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending the black man's bad ways. I know there's a lot of them that have bad ways. I'm talking about when you have a good one, instead of sort of enhancing him and helping him up the ladder, and he's taking you with him, sometimes we're just too impatient, and we sort of we're putting them down because they're not doing enough. You see where I'm coming from? That you want more and more and more, and sometimes we haven't got nothing to offer, but we want more and more and more, and that can be off-putting for a black man. Sometimes they want an easy life too, just like we do.
What were some of the things that you were saying that we don't accept?
Not all black women are like that, because I've met some very nice, very classy, very decent black women who, you know, you look at a black man and say you'd be proud to have her on your arm. So that, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of wonderful black women out there.
Yeah, I think we're talking about a certain demographic.
But you were saying there were some things that we don't accept. That's what I couldn't quite follow.
I was saying that. I'm saying sometimes, like, say a man's working in let me give you an example. I'll show you now the difference between when a white man and a black man, or a black woman when she's dealing with a black man. If he's working let me give you an example. If he's working packing shelves in Asda, instead of being proud that he's found a job and he can work his way up, they'll be saying, well, what are you doing a job like that for? He's got to hide if he's doing packing a shelf, or he's got to hide if he's cleaning the floors. He's not allowed to work his way up. You want more straight away. You want a man who's a top manager, who's got a fast car and this and that. You're not allowing him to build himself up. You're not looking at the fact that he's ambitious enough to try and get somewhere in life and take you with him. You want it all here and now. You're not looking at the bigger picture. And there are a lot of black women like that, and no one can tell me any different.
Yeah,
because I've seen it. I've seen it.
I remember watching the show.
Friends like that.
Yeah, I remember watching the show in Atlanta, and the women were talking about, I don't want a guy who's got less than 6 figures. Like, how many guys are walking around making 6 figures?
That's what I was thinking.
100 grand, man. You're talking 100 bags. I was like, I don't know many people who are making more than 30 bags.
They could have 30 bags and put the notes on the end.
Yeah, that's it.
7 figures.
Sorry?
I'm thinking, can I try?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. I'm just thinking, could it be that this example that you gave with the supermarket and the guy working there and the woman just wants more and stuff, could that be something that's happening from racism? Because women
I was going to say that, Julia.
Okay, you're a black guy, you're already seen as a minor in this society, unfortunately. So you can't just do a job like this. You need to work harder. You need to do, just like, immigrants and stuff come to a country and they all of a sudden are the best in school because they know they just need to work their asses off more than the others. Could that be a reason for it?
Yeah, definitely.
That is definitely a reason. But my angle is, Julia, if that man has started off at that level and he's trying to progress higher, why isn't the black woman encouraging him rather than putting him down for having that job? That's the angle I'm coming from. Instead of encouraging him, she's nagging at him and saying, "Oh, you should have a better job than this. I need more money. I want to wear bling bling." I'm only talking. Don't get me wrong, Julia. I'm talking on behalf where some black women are concerned. That is their mentality.
I get what you're saying. I just think that this is unfortunately how a lot of people think that motivation. That's what motivation is about, putting somebody down in hope that this person then rises up, I don't believe that's going to work. But
Julia, would you put someone down because he started off as a cleaner, or would you encourage him?
Of course I would encourage, but I don't look at motivation like this. I know people in this conversation who look at things differently,
Yeah. That's my only take on it, to be honest. I think we could have been a lot more supportive instead of nagging. I know that some of them, as you say, were probably nagging, hoping they'll do better, but you can't move before your time. You can only progress in the angle that you can progress in, and sometimes it does take time, so
But to go back to the, sorry.
I was going to say that I don't necessarily think that people are choose to go out with like Europeans rather than their own. I think it's just how you've integrated and mixed and where you come from. At the end of the day, if not every black person is going to be able to get a white person to go out with them, you know what I mean?
That's
and
true.
vice
That's
versa. True. And even if they want one, and 50% of the time, you're not in the right settings to be able to make that happen. So if you are, and you do happen to choose a different nationality to go out with, I don't think you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go out with that nationality because I hate the colour of my mum, or my mum was too harsh to me. You love your mum at the end of the day. If you've got a loving parent and you love and respect your mum, you know what I mean? You're not really going to look for somebody who sort of reflects your mum, because you don't want to sleep, and you love your mum, but you love your mum in a different way, don't you? So I think you're looking for something completely opposite and a different spectrum to what your mum is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, opposite, because your mum's black. Well, if you want to go with a white or an Asian or a Chinese Asian, you know what I mean? That's not because you hate your black parents. You know what I mean? It's just your preference.
Yeah.
And what you've grown up watching, TV influences you a lot. Your friends influence you. Culture. Everything around you influences you. So, you can't just put it down to one specific, my mom's black, so I'm going to go out with white people from now on. Doesn't work
I can tell you specifically that is the reason my two brothers chose to do it.
That's two people
I'm
that have
giving
a
you
lot
an
on
example.
people.
Yeah, I'm giving you an example. They said because of the way that their stepmom, I must say, treated them, he put them right off black women. And I have heard other men say this. I've actually heard them say it.
That's what I mean. You want the complete opposite, don't you?
Yeah, sorry. I can tell you one particular man said, I didn't come from Jamaica to pick up no broke down black woman.
Oh, God.
White women are my life. That was his words.
Oh, there you go then.
So, it did start mainly from the generation before.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That sounds a bit extreme.
But nowadays they are dating because it's something, as you say, it's
just
mix and blend.
Yeah,
it's mix and blend. But going back a few generations, there were reasons behind it, and a lot of it was blamed on black women. They were too harsh to their kids, so I didn't want a black woman who was going to be like my mum. A lot of them did actually say that back in the day.
But you got to understand as well, back in the day, remember, where were you growing up? In white areas.
Yeah.
The majority of white people. Remember, you only had a couple of black families. You still were outnumbered by whites.
That's why I know how to go over the
so
racism.
More or less, that's what I mean. So more or less, yeah, because the racism usually came from the men. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Most likely.
Yeah.
So that was different. That's why it took longer for black women to start going out with white men.
Yeah.
Then it did the black men going out with the white women.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get past it.
If we quickly switch it over, would you say the same thing with regarding black women going out with white guys? Is it because the black men are so horrible, or is it a preference, as you say? Do you think a lot of them started out that way?
Preference? Probably you don't want to pick your kid. You know what I mean?
No. There we go again.
Simple as that.
There we are. That's why we'll never get off the first.
I'm only messing.
Right away.
No, I said it could be one reason. You've got tough
We're never gonna make it, man.
And you want a bit of texture.
I don't want forcing. You want to find a white guy.
You get me? Yeah.
I don't think that was my aim.
Quickly, say something, please.
I just want to.
Calm down.
I just want to read something quickly. This was 3 black men explain why they don't date black women. This is on an episode of Fix My Life. This is an Oprah thing, something from Oprah. I'm just going to read what 2 guys said. Before black women even knew me, they said, how many kids you got? How many baby mamas you got? Dating outside my race, I never had no issues like that at all. And one guy said, I don't date black women now because of past experiences. They like to place their strong personality on you. And sometimes you just kind of like, stay in a woman's place. Yeah, that's what they said. So
basically they've said exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But I don't know, like I said, I think if you get a country girl, they're not going to be the same.
That's true.
If you get a girl who's been
a
kind
city
of
girl is a bit more harsh.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we switch the topic up? Anyone got anything else? Oh, did Erica want to say anything about it?
Not like that with my father.
Hello.
So, yeah.
Hello.
Sorry,
guys. Could you guys keep talking, or was it?
We were still talking,
Yeah.
Erica was giving us a good rundown.
Okay, because my internet dropped out. Wait, now we're back.
But yeah, I do wonder if this whole concept of the parenthood thing, it's like that, like you said, trying to go for the complete opposite, that maybe that's what it is. And maybe that whole questioning, like you said, the guy was, how many baby mamas you got, not baby daddies, how many baby mamas you got, like all of that sort of thing. That could be the negative experience, which would have been a runoff from slavery and the whole like Jim Crow law and passing on the dads around the slave yards.
Yeah.
I think that could have been that mentality there, and that's why that person said that. So that's where the background of where the woman's coming from. But the guy's like, I don't want to hear it. Why are you stereotyping me? And then there's a bit of a gulf in the middle, isn't there? So there's no meeting of mine.
Erica, can you come to your microphone, or at least I don't know, adjust it a little bit because you're a little bit muffled.
Is it muffled? Hold on, let me switch off the earphones and see if that works.
Photo. Anyway, should we change the topic? Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we go on to the next topic? Sorry, I'm just cutting off in the middle of it.
No, you're echoing.
Because Julie's in the next seat next to me. That's why.
Sorry.
Anyway, let's do the next topic.
Just pops up every now and again. I love it.
What I'll do. Anyone want to start the next topic off?
Yes, I love when Travesty gets into these ones because she's very, very intelligent and intellectual with these ones. So, shall we go to this one? Is the UK at risk of becoming a third world country because of the no deal?
Can't hear a word.
You didn't hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear.
Oh,
Hello.
that's fine. Is the UK at
Hello.
risk of becoming a third world country because of the no deal, Brexit, and COVID?
I think it's a threat. It's a threat for every country and not just UK.
Yeah. But
Hello.
can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, we're asking if the UK is at risk of becoming a third world country because of the no deal Brexit or COVID-19.
I'd say due to both, to be fair.
Yeah.
Both will contribute to the downfall of the UK at present because the decisions the government's currently making are atrocious. Well, that's all you can say, really. I don't think anybody knows what is actually going on because you've got, in one hand, COVID. They're putting every different country daily is changing onto the quarantine list. And then you're saying, we're going to put money into schemes to keep money rolling that people haven't really got because most have been made redundant or face redundancies. But yet, money's coming from this unlimited money tree. They tried to, as I remember back when they were running the elections, they asked, was it Corbyn? Where are you going to get all this money from? Have you got a secret money tree?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the Conservative Party seems to have this fantastic money tree that keeps pumping money into the system for everybody to be sitting at home chilling. Well, I wouldn't say chilling.
You mean £13 home staying at home? You mean £13 food?
That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. Is it £13 per person or is it £13 for like all year just to stay in the house?
I'd love to know. Or is it
£13 a week? Wait, I'm going to
day?
check. Hold on.
I thought it was £13 a day for up to 10 days. So £130 if you had to self-isolate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that bad though, because compared to what do you get? What's it called? JSA? Don't you get less for that?
You get that for every fortnight. You get 140 a fortnight, something like that.
How is that more? You might as well get. You're better off going sick.
You are.
The thing is, it's only for 10 days though, isn't it? It's like
yeah.
And then after
2
that,
weeks annual leave. 2 weeks. Oh my God, sounds like a Total Recall movie.
I'd like to know what actually is going on.
Yeah,
I'd like to know what
knows
going on because there's a second wave coming. They said there's going to be a water and food shortage. Have you had a second wave yet?
There ain't no second wave coming. There's no second wave coming. What's going to happen? They're going to get everyone who's got the flu or the sniffles and say that's COVID. That's it.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
So it's winter coming, basically.
It's just winter, yeah. Basically, it's just winter. Actually, I posted something in the Blackopolypse group about they found a cure or something. The steroid. No, there's not a cure. It's a steroid that helps
were reducing the death rates.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure a lot of lung issues, or like when babies have underdeveloped lungs and pregnancy, they prescribe steroids to boost the lungs.
Yeah, so the second wave is so I wouldn't even worry about it. Just carry on with your life and let everyone else worry. And once you, like I said, I was in quarantine for 7 days, 8 days, and I wasn't sick at all. And I don't know what the big fuss was about, to be fair.
Yeah, and my partner had a test sent through the post, and that came out negative.
It's negative.
Good. So I ain't got COVID.
You might. The thing is, look, I didn't have it either.
Your partner, not you.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I mean.
apparently,
And I
the
see
thing is,
my
remember,
partner.
there's a myth that it's easily contagious and that it's, it's really highly contagious.
Yeah, that you'll
That's
drop
the
dead
myth.
on the road.
Yeah.
Remember?
So
God,
that's it.
jokers.
That's the thing I can't understand is why they're carrying on like it's the plague.
It's got to cover for whatever's going on. This paedophile racket thing that's going on.
Is that what it is?
Oh
What it is?
no!
Yeah, that's
there's
all
too
it
many.
is.
You know what? To be
Too
fair, there's too many conspiracy
Yeah.
stories going around.
Yeah.
It's turning crazy now, and
But-
you don't know what to
Travesty,
actually believe.
Travesty, wasn't it true then that they were protesting outside the Royals' place, calling them paedophiles and stuff? Isn't that true? Because I've seen pictures.
Isn't that treason? Isn't that treason? Are you supposed to do that?
It obviously
Can you do
can't be
that?
treason if they got away with it.
Well, I would have thought he's in some kind of land of law somewhere, and you can't go up against the monarch.
But they
Treason?
did. They did. They all
Treason?
protested outside of the what's it Buckingham Palace, whichever one's in London.
I bet they was there for a goal of 2 minutes.
Probably.
Right. And they got moved on. Can you imagine? That's treason.
Was this because Prince Andrew wasn't going to America? Is that why? Am I allowed to say his name? Because the alleged person that's alleged to have an offence wasn't allegedly going over to the USA. Is that why?
Yeah, I think
it must be something like that anyway.
Absolutely crazy.
So we agree that the UK is at risk of becoming a third world country then. But
how though, man? I got so much money. Do you think the Queen is ever going to let?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but I heard yesterday that in America, or is it in the world, that there's only 3 people who've got more money than the whole of the countries in the USA. Just 3 people.
Jeff Bezos.
And the rest.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Bill Gates and Bill Gates.
Trust me.
It's Bill Gates.
What about
families with more money than them?
Bill Gates.
These guys are these are the people man. Trust me, there's people who've got like the Rothschilds and stuff who actually print. You have more money than people who print it.
Yeah, true.
And trust me, man, there's people who've got more money than them. There's people, the Queen. Look at the Queen. When you look at assets alone, which are not allowed to be considered when they're doing her worth.
Yeah,
countries, man, countries.
And when you put that kind of wealth on a weighing scale, of course, it's going to create third worldism, if that's even a word. You know what I mean? How did Africa, one of the richest continents in the whole world, have people sitting there looking starving with flies walking up and down on them? You know
I
what
know.
I mean?
We'll
So, of course, any country, just like Romania, after the wars, do you remember back in the 90s when you used to see all the abandoned kids? And that was because of the Romanian wars and they were all coming over here to the UK. Yeah. Anywhere can become a third world country. As soon as its currency plunges and plummets and becomes nothing, worthless, you go into a deep recession. You practically are third world. When you see people fighting on the streets for bread, you'll know we're in a third world country. Because you don't expect to see that in the UK, do you? Know what I mean? At the end of the day, when COVID hit, we practically were a third world country when people were fighting over toilet rolls. And you couldn't get... Money was worthless because you couldn't get the product.
It's true.
People didn't want money.
That's what I mean.
The card.
The toilet roll.
Yeah,
money was
toilet roll.
worthless.
Or flashy card.
So, one of them. Yeah, of course, there's every chance.
I do think no deal's a threat, though.
Yeah, definitely is. And for those
especially if we can't be trading with the USA.
I don't think we should anyway. I think it's, once we're away from the States, all the trainers, no, we got to trade. Foot Locker. Not really.
I just see a lot of shops are closing. Like, for example, in Germany, a lot of shops are closing.
Yeah, same in England.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. A lot of people are going to be jobless at least. We'll see what happens.
We have to turn around to something else.
This will be known in like 3 or 4 years, I guess.
You know, I thought as well, when I'm driving through the high streets, I'm actually, the realisation hits me that were all these businesses one step away from bankruptcy. It was only in lockdown for 3 months, and in 3 months you could not reopen your business.
No.
So you was obviously not succeeding.
Well,
So it shows you that being an entrepreneur sometimes is it good. On the flip side, I think this is going to have to be a topic for a further podcast because obviously everybody's sort of incentivized to go and start your own business, but yet something like this hits you and your business is gone just like that.
No.
Flick of a switch, you know what I mean? You've got no money. You're at death's door, you're on benefits all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So
But on that note, being a bit mean-spirited, I think some of the people who've ended up on benefits actually deserve it because they were the same people who were laughing at people who were on benefit. That's just me putting that in there. That's why you must always know where you're coming from. Because one day a prince, another day a pauper.
Yeah. Like that.
You know,
so. Like that. Okay, should we do one more topic or?
Yes, you can choose. Anybody can choose. There's 2 to choose from.
Ooh, what's the 2?
Erica,
I didn't get to read all of them before the kiddie bedtime.
you got anything you want to talk about, Erica?
Oh, what's been annoying me this week? Parking, actually.
Parking?
Oh my goodness, old people and parking.
Oh man,
some old people, older drivers, that in my experience, not all old people across the planet, but in my experience, are too cantankerous and rude when it comes to parking. And I'm literally like, I know I've got Tribe and a People's Space Mobile, but at the same time, it's like, give me a break. Move across. There's other places to park. Please get out of my face.
Actually, no. Wait. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I think women drivers are probably the worst.
Worse than
I know. I'll probably be. Oh, she's come to strangle me.
The piece is over. The piece is over. Go in there, Travesty.
No. Look.
Juju, take the phone away from him.
There's a woman. Okay, look.
That's what I have to deal with every day.
I had to park the other day. I had to park in a place which is a little bit inconvenient for a bus, but the bus. I've seen men get round there and they could fit another bus with the space that that I leave for them. You can fit 2 buses there next to each other, and I always get abused from one lady driver who's driving a bendy bus, but she and there's so you can see she's actually cleared the way, but for some reason she wants to let me know that I'm parked in the wrong space, so she sounds the horn constantly. This is almost every other day now, and I'm like, why is this woman always picking on me? She's always picking on me.
No, but that's just character, man. This is just character.
It's not just character. Every time, if I double park and I look, I leave enough space for people to get past. I'm always like that, and there's always a woman who's going to stop, or old people, funnily enough, who are going to stop there and not trust to get through the gap. And I'm like, you'll make that, man. You can fit 4 buses through there.
Yeah, but it's perception, Alstallio. Just because you perceive it to be easy, the next person's not going to come along and think, oh yeah, that's easy. They're going to think, oh my God, I can't get through that little crack.
Yes, and then you still have to see that you live in Germany, and we guys like rules, and we need to tell other people that there's certain rules, and when you park somewhere where you're not allowed to park or where you shouldn't park, there's always somebody who's going to let you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Always.
Because you know what?
But that's not their job.
Of course it's not. It's their hobby.
Or the rule.
All right, then.
It's their hobby.
Well, you know what? That I don't know if it's because as I'm getting older, that sort of tries to seem to annoy me now. I hate rule breakers. Because I think to myself, why are you being so rebellious? At the end of the day,
Boris
no, you know what it is? No, it's not that. It's not that. You know, when there's certain rules in place and you just want a nice, easy life, you don't want nobody to approach you or say anything or create any attention that anybody has to come and talk to you or come into your bubble. You know what I mean? So I like to follow rules. For instance, you're walking through the shopping centres, clearly says, you're supposed to be masks in the shopping centres. My partner and everybody with me isn't wearing a mask except me. So I'm like, oi, you're supposed to wear your mask. They're like, in a bit of abuse. I don't think so. I don't have to. It's not legal. And I'm like, for God's sake, it says respect. And I'm like, oh my God, just put it on. But, that's just me being me, probably being awkward.
Sorry, Travis, you're talking about the masks. It's mandatory now, isn't it?
I thought under the new law they could fine the people £100.
I'm sure
I thought that, but when I was walking through the centre, I saw a few other kids without it, and I thought, oh, then are you all right? But then I saw security coming, and he sort of looked, but then he just didn't do nothing. I thought, well, obviously you're not enforcing this.
If they turn around and said I'm asthmatic, then what's he going to do? Say, can you go and produce your medical records and stuff? So I think that's why they don't ask.
Yeah, I've had a word with the security guard, and what he stated was they're not enforcing it. If someone comes into a shop, they legally can go in that shop without that mask. So they're not enforcing it. However, if a police comes in, he can say to them, leave the shop or put the mask on. But however, on top of that, the police have actually said they haven't got the time to enforce it. It's they've got better crimes to fight, so it's not something they're going to sort of be on your back about. However, if they have to do it, they have to do it. So that's where they're at the moment. So a lot of people are actually ignoring it because they know that no one's going to enforce it.
The thing is, you could get problems from wearing a mask. Now, if you get problems, like say respiratory problems from wearing a mask,
that's going to be the new way.
He tried to sue the state. They always say to you, "Well, it's not actually law because it has to be passed through law." I found this, so it's not. You don't have to wear the mask if you don't want to. They just recommend you wear the mask, but they haven't enforced it by law. It'd have to be a written, is it legislation or what do they call it when they're writing?
Gotta go through policy. And
then the policy. That's it. They have to write an official policy for it. But they haven't done that because they know if someone like has asthma or something and wear a mask and then they suffer some sort of attack, and then they go and sue the state. The state will just be like, well, we didn't tell you to do it.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
No. Like I said, I'm evidence that pristine evidence that coronavirus is not as contagious as they say it is. Trust me.
Well, I've got recordings of ambulance people saying the same thing. So
trust me. So everybody just relax, take a chill pill, and if you die, you die. But I don't think you will.
Agreed.
Agreed. Anyway, guys, I think we've been going on long
enough. That's it.
I'm gonna put on our favorite songs. Favorite songs. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Get ready to groove.
One of the days we're singing it as well.
We'll probably be over the next few weeks. We'll probably be 6 actually, quite a lot because I got some people who are going to come on and I need to test them. So
that's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, guys. Anyone got? Oh, we need to go on the table. I think we start with our super guest today. Julia, unmute your mic, please, and tell us something special.
I'm just really tired. Have a good night, guys. I'm so tired. I'm just gonna go to sleep now.
Good to knock. Is it good to knock? Good to knock.
Good to knock.
Good to knock.
Good to knock. Good knock.
Okay, Travesty, anything?
Well, be safe from the third wave.
The third wave?
The third wave. Is it the second wave or the third wave? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, how many waves do we need? We don't need to be surfing.
You know what I mean? And just, you know what I mean? Just, I'm just...
Spit it out, man.
Just be safe as usual until next week.
I'll spit it out. I've got to get in there. I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh my God.
Stop.
I was tired, man. No more weeks off.
Exactly. I just want to say, stop using COVID as an excuse not to get your jobs done. It's getting up to us now. You're using... I've gone on phone calls to try and get in contact with companies, businesses, and their excuse is COVID. And I'm sure social distancing is fantastic on the phone.
No, the government's not allowing certain industries still not to open, so that's why.
No, but they can work on the phone from home.
Oh yeah, true.
Remember, your daughter was doing it, Travesty.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was
full-time hours as well.
Key worker.
Exactly. So please stop using COVID as an excuse not to get business done. Thank you.
Erica, you got anything to say?
Just a shout out to all the parents of children going back to school and to the high school students and college ones and people that I just hope that everything is settled for everyone in their well-being, especially with the political facade of what was the A levels. So yeah, just be peaceful, and I hope everything goes well for everyone in the academic realm.
Thanks. Pudding.
Love, peace, and harmony to you all. It's been nice to finally come back on the show and have a little chin wag with you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Agreed.
I will say I took my German test and I know for a fact I passed. So I'm officially half German, half British.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh, and by the way, just to carry on for what Eric was saying, it was really the kids who caused the problems, and that's what the teachers were saying, was the kids. See, it's the kids. It's not the teachers, it's the kids. They try to tell you all the time, it's the kids.
It's the kids are the problem.
It's the kids with the problem. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.